Welcome to this week's Solar Transit Report. Free Oracle cards at the end. My name is Alison Cotton. Let me know you are here live, hashtag the replay if you are on the replay. As we start to get those notifications happening from Facebook, join me live. Here we go. So, as we're just waiting for people to get those notifications, hello, good morning. If you are here, please let me know your human design type and who you are. This week, we're talking the solar transit of gate 31. Good morning, Tamara. Gate 31, we are transiting through that in the sun sign this week. And I just want to quickly hop on and tell you a solar transit. So each year, the solar transit the sun moves in an anti-clockwise direction around the mandala of the human design chart, spending around 6 days in these gates. So as this sun transits, it moves through what we call a gate in human design and activates the energy of that gate. So this essentially means that the energy is released as flow, light to us. Now, these transits of the sun form the theme of the day, and then the transit through the earth, because there's always the sun and the earth, so above and below, shows the embodiment or development that this theme has around the energy of the day. So gate 31 in this instance. So as this transits through the 6-day cycle, the first 3 days is more about your own affairs, more and then on the people around you. Okay, so this is like a really like a personal process for the first 3 days. And then the next 3 days, your attention is generally directed to what will be the main focus of your outside world, those around you, and then taking those action steps as what you can do next. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, Beck, Deb, Tamara. It's nice to see you all. Thank you for joining. Emo generator. I like that, emo generator. Another good morning, another most emotional generator. Hello. All my generators are here. We haven't had a projector for a couple of weeks. So depending on which line that it's transiting through, humanity receives this programming, I suppose you would call it, that comes from the sun, right? This energy that's activating us, that's flowing to us. Now, human design transits do not change your personal chart. The way the transit affects your chart will be different because you may or may not have that energy in your chart already. So sometimes if you don't, we can temporarily feel that experience as kind of a flavor to experiencing the energy directly. So let me know if you have gate 31 in your chart. Good morning, Shelley. We have our projector here. Hello. See, manifesting. The veil is so thin right now. If you feel like you're in alignment today and everything is just working out in your favor, that is because we have just entered the day without time. This is the entry point of the new galactic year. I just hosted this morning a Lionsgate portal entry and intention setting ceremony. So really starting to activate the energy of the now. Like we're looking like we're going into that AEC, as the Dory movie would sort of put it, like standing on the outside, looking in, gate 31 this week, tomorrow. And the AEC is like taking that quantum leap in and moving fast, moving with the energy. And this is what the transits are supporting us to do, right? Because when you begin to follow those now moments, a number of events and circumstances are very clearly reflected to us. So when you are ready in advance, you can take it all less personally. You can move through it with more ease, more curiosity and clarity, because you have good alignment of yourself, right? You can stay in that neutral position because you're aware of what's happening and you're not stepping into the game. You're actually being the observer watching some sort of movie unfold. So just as the transits, node 31. So for those who don't have gate 31 this week, you will feel this as a flow of energy that you may or may not know has come through you. Because it's not already yours, it's an energy that you may not be consciously aware of. So this week, try and get a little bit consciously aware of the energy of what gate 31 is for you. And then don't play the game, just step out of it and just watch. Watch how this unfolds, right? So, and for those who do have it, if you do have it in your chart, I have it in my chart. So when you have it defined in your chart, it feels like a more amplified home feeling. So how can I explain this as amplified home? It's like it's there, right? So this is the example they're giving me. So for example, say the sun is transiting through gate 57 and you have this energy, which I do. I might find myself, I'm not trusting my intuition enough, right? And it may become so glaringly obvious to me through that week, right? But if I'm totally in intuitive flow, then I actually may be aware of how in flow I actually am. So that's what it kind of looks like for somebody. Good morning, Kerry. That's what it looks like for somebody who has the energy of gate 31. It's like you can actually, it'll be glaringly obvious that you're in the wrong theme of it, or it'll be glaringly obvious that you are. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Kerry, what's your human design chart? Let us know. Okay, so let's go into gate 31. This is called the gate of influence. It is located in the throat chakra and it is infused with the design of leadership. So this gate is about a democratic leadership where the voice of the people is heard and considered. And I just want to reiterate the and considered. So this is not about control or anything of the like, but rather than leading through influence, listening and responding to the needs of the collective or in your own personal world for the first 3 days, remember? No gate 31. So there's not a lot of gate 31s. So for me, this gate is in my Mars sign on my subconscious side. So sometimes I may not be aware of it, but this week I may be because it's running through the sun. So this in human design is Mars gate in gate 31 suggests that I have a very deep-seated drive to influence, lead, and empower others. Well, that energy I am feeling very much so today. Okay, this is the energy I'm feeling very much so. So my mission is to empower as many women as possible who are ready to take that quantum leap and finally get out of their shitty job and into that coaching and business healing business that they desire, right? So when I left my 9 to 5 4 years ago, in that influence, I left my job and I started this business. And I was just telling the ladies in the Lionsgate the story this morning. Doubled my income in the first year because I followed my intuition. In the second year, I had a bit of a crash because I couldn't hold the frequency of it, right? Then I gathered myself back together. I followed the influence of the solar transit, right? So I'm using gate 31 here about following that leadership, following the voice, right? Because you need to hear this too. This is part of that empowering others, right? So just remember that these energies are influences, they're potentials, they're things that can actually come in and leave again, right? So just be important. An important note to remember, get your words right, is following your strategy and your authority and your human design. So for me, it's a sacral response. For a projector, it's the invitation with their authority, and it could be, using the mental mind, like talking it out loud. Okay. So making sure that you're following your strategy and authority when it comes to this gate this week. Okay. So it is important to note that this is in your throat chakra. This is an energy that needs to be recognized and invited out in projectors. So projectors and manifestors, good morning, Samantha. Please note that this week's energy, because it's coming from the throat and it's an influential gate, be recognized for and invited projectors. Notice manifestors where you need to inform this energy through the throat, right? For generators and manifesting generators, you will need to respond, right? Before stepping into a leadership role, perhaps. And reflectors will need to wait that lunar cycle before really making decisions about relating to leadership. Like, do I really want to step into this? Or am I ready for this? And that they really need to go through that cycle. So, of course, it has an effect on each aura type very differently, which is why I ask you, every single one of you, every week, what is your human design chart? So for those who are joining me, good morning, put down your human design chart, because we're currently walking through the solar transit of gate 31, and we're just tapping into the oracle cards for each aura type. And I'm just going to pull the cards as it comes into gate 31. So because it does have a different influence for each aura type, I want to pull a card, pass on a message, and just give you a practical insight to what this could look like for you this week, because there's nothing worse than getting all of this information and then having no idea of what the hell to do with it. Projector, Jenny, I know very little. So you can join my Aligned by Design Human Design Tribe, which I hold inside the Sacred You community each fortnight, I'm sorry. So we come together twice a month to connect, and we learn all about our human design charts. We have a playground of fun and play where we do some intuitive reading. So if that's something of interest to you, that you'd like to get to know your human design more, please join the tribe. Otherwise, I can offer you a link for a 30-minute hot seat, and we can map out a quick 30-day plan for you. So let's go into the cards this week. Good morning, everyone. Jeez, I love it when everyone shows up. Okay, so generators and manifesting generators. I'm going to pull this card together this week as one, because you are very much similar in each other. And this week we're just looking at the gate of influence. So manifesting generators and generators, you may find yourself responding to the opportunities to take charge or influence others. The card that you have received is patience. Good morning, Gloria. Right, so this is patience. So you will find yourself responding to an opportunity to take charge, patience, because it's crucial for you to listen. I'm just going to reiterate that a little bit, to your sacral response to know if it is correct for you to step into this role. So I want you this week, manifesting generators and generators, to just pause with patience around the decisions and opportunities that are presenting themselves this week to take charge to influence others. So respond with your sacral or this week when it comes to gate 31. Projectors, my lovely projectors this week. Your cards. Your card, I should say. Right? So projectors, you might find yourself this week that you are recognized for the leadership abilities that you have, that you are qualified for during this transit. Again, waiting for that invitation before sharing this wisdom and guidance is going to be super important. However, I do want you to take note of your card this week, projectors, and that is trust. Trust that this invitation, right, and then listening to your authority right? So you're receiving the strategy by the invitation or the recognition here, right? So trusting that the energy of this leadership will come to you. Trust that you are being invited to share this influence by sharing your wisdom and your guidance. And I want you to take a leap of trust this week, projectors. Just note where that influence is coming from and use your authority, use your decision making to actually make that connection when you decide, okay? Reflectors, this one is for you, right? So through this gate 31, the reflectors may experience a fluctuation in the sense of influence. Okay, so for example, they may feel that at the beginning, and the card that came out is innocence for reflectors this week. So again, this experience of fluctuation in the sense of influence may be like really innocent at the beginning. And you may need to nurture this innocence for a little while because this is the fluctuation, right? You're sensing this influence is coming through the transit. Now, of course, like any good reflector, waiting that full lunar cycle before making major decisions related to leadership. But for this week, they want you to have a sense of play, sense of innocence around what is coming through. Just get to begin to play with the energy, reflectors. You have 28 days to move through this energy. This is week 1 of 4 weeks. Play with it. Use that childlike play of essence to see where your influence goes. Have fun with this energy this week. That's your message for the reflectors. And finally, manifestors. This transit is going to bring about a heightened sense of leadership and influence, right? So you may feel this desire that you need to step up and out, step up and out. And this card for you is prosperity around stepping up and stepping out. So you, like I said, you may feel that strong urge to step up and step out, start initiating things, start leading projects, start leading conversations. This is a throat chakra. The you manifestors have this motor defined, right? So allow this conversation to play out. Mind you, prosperity will come, but it's super important for you to inform others about the plan to ensure the smooth interaction. So when you're having these conversations, and I find my daughter does this quite often, is she'll tell you the whole plan, right? She'll inform, but she doesn't have the conversation perhaps beforehand, or it might be the conversation beforehand, but then she's already got the plan and she hasn't told everyone or filled everyone in about the plan. So just be mindful, manifestors, this week, right? That you are bringing about this sense of get up, get out. Prosperity will come from it, but making sure that you're informing in the right action with the right action. So that is the card, right? Please just remember that each week, each of these energies are just an influence, right? They are, each person is unique in their own human design chart, and it will affect the transit in every unique way. So just allow that to play out. And most importantly, for remembering to use your strategy and your authority. Okay, thank you for that. So solar transit, has everyone got gate 31 in their head? They know what they're looking out for. They know what they're doing. Say yes. All right, I'm just reshuffling these cards as we're going to go into the oracle cards. I have my dressing gown on this morning. I'm so very sorry, but it was 2 degrees. I'm kind of cold. So I put it on to keep myself warm. All right, so gate 31. Do you have it rock solid in here? And in here, ready to, in your heart, I'm pointing at, ready to move through this week. All right. Now, let's pull some cards. Let's create some magic here. Now, if you would like a card today, I am going to ask you for a diamond. The little diamond emoji. If you would like an oracle card pulled, as I start to get a bit warm now that spirit is showing up, please let me know. Put a diamond in the comments. And I'll just unpack myself a little bit. See, it wasn't a hard one to find today. All right, so I'm just going to write all these names down. Oh, Vicky's even given me a ring. Maybe I'll ask for a ring next week. Gemma, thank you. Gemma's got a pink one. Good morning, Gems on Gem. So I asked for a gem today. How cool is that? I told you the veil was very, very thin. Intuition is on point today. And just notice that. And I was talking about this in the Lionsgate energies, like the veil with the day without time today is so thin. It is so neutral, right? Just be in alignment with today as it is. The peace that comes, the neutrality. I said to the girls I wasn't going to talk about the word neutrality because it feels like I say it wrong, but it's just being in that neutral system, just observing today as a day of nothingness. So that's the day without time in an essence. Okay, Lee, haven't seen you for quite a while. Good morning, Shelley. Tamara, TD. I'm going to put TD down for you, Tamara. All right, Samantha. Got quite a few people this morning. How fabulous. Reshma. All right. Now, I'm going to sing out all the names, and if you don't hear your name, then please just diamond me again. So I have Tamara, Turner, Jill, Lee, Shelley, TD, Reshma, Vicky, Gemma, Gems on Gem, Joe Pearson, Deb Mack, and Samantha. Have I missed anybody? Let me know if I've missed you. I'm terribly sorry. Comments can stream real quick. I'm going to have a drink of tea and then we'll get started. All right. Now, with everybody's card today, just set an intention. Just pay attention, set an intention in this moment of what you would like to create going forward, because this Lionsgate period gives us an energy of a new year. It's a galactic new year. I don't have a diamond. So this day without time is really the start of the 13 moon cycle through the Mayan calendar. We currently operate in the Gregorian calendar, but we're looking at the Mayan calendar, and it's the galactic new year. It's the new 13 moon cycle, not 12. And this is why it's called the day without time, because the calculation of a 13 moon cycle is only 364 days. So this is a nothing day. It is a really good day to set intentions, get clear on where you're headed. We have July, so we have August, September, October, November, and December. We have 5 months left to the end of this year. How powerful would it be to have all of your dreams that you have set in motion already start to show up, right? You have to believe it, but they start to show up. Now, I have a little story to tell you before I'm going to pull cards. And this is how the gate 31 can work in the influence. So I've just done my 6-month assessment in my business, as I do every year. I want to see where I'm tracking, right? I'm a really good KPI tracker. When I worked in sales, I was really good at KPIs. I could track to the letter. Anyway, I was really good at it. So I like to track my business and I like to see how I'm going because it's a really good reality check anyway. So this year I did my tracking and I blew my own mind again because I didn't realize how much I had actually earned come this first 6 months. And I have been dreaming and thinking and believing that I'm a 6-figure coach for about 4 years now. And this year if I do exactly the same thing that I did this year from the first 6 months of the year, tracking in the exact same order, I will have received $140,000. So I'm a 6-figure coach, people, and I just want to share that with you because this is where the influence comes in. Sharing that it is possible, believing that it is possible makes the reality come true. This is the influence. This is where, when we share it as a collective, when we connect together as one, we can influence each other. We can share the stories. We can share the wins. We can share all of that with each other, knowing that if it's possible for me, it is possible for you. That is the little story. Thank you. I actually was like, oh my God. And then I had to tell the world because it was so exciting, and it still is exciting because it's something that you hold the belief for so goddamn long. I tell you, I've been holding this belief for 4 years, and I've been going up and down like a little bit of a heartbeat, but I've worked it out now. So if I can work it out, so can bloody you. All right. Let's get into the cards. I can't see any more names. Nikki, I've got you. She's found her diamond. Okay, let's go. Beck, did you find a diamond or are you... I don't have your name down. Beck Carey, did you want a card today? I didn't see you put up a diamond on the list. Let me know. All right, let's go. Now, I follow this by spirit in no particular order, so I do just want to point that out. So you may be here for 10 minutes, you may be here for 20. All right, now, let's do it. Deb Mack, this one is for you. And I giggle because I looked at it just on the story that I've just shared, right? Miracles. Miracles are coming true. Miracles are happening. Deb, when you use your awareness, it's like the awareness that they're showing me is like, okay, so I'm just trying to remember your profile, but there's this element of taking some time out. And I think you've had this calling because we've been talking about this. So miracles will come when the awareness is there, and the awareness can only arrive when you take time out from the world and ask for help. So I don't know where that piece of the puzzle needs to fit in for you and how it's looking, but just know through your intention that when you are supported and you're asking for the help, when you are taking the time out from the world and looking after yourself, when you are aware of all of these scenarios, the miracles come about. So with your intention into this new galactic year, let me know if sound issue. That is your card today, the miracles, Deb. Can everyone still hear me just fine? All right, let me hang on a second. Oh no, not this. Okay. Are we back to normal now? Everyone's saying back to normal. I just want to make sure 100% before I continue. I'll just wait. I'll shuffle cards. Yes, normal. Thank fuck. Oh, goodness gracious me. You're most welcome, Deb. Thank you. I hope you could hear the underwater gurgle.
Hey, I did say we were entering the slipstream. We're taking that quantum leap. I am under the water already. I am there ready to take that goddamn quantum leap. Go into the next 5 months getting 140K. Who's with me? All right. So, yes, Deb, I'm just going back to the comments while we're just, things are happening, and my card was awareness and asking for support next week. So this is just you. Miracles are coming. You just have to keep believing it. Okay. Thank you. Back to normal. Ooh. Vicky, this one is for you. And you've had this again already. I'm certain of it. Rebirth. Right? You are, and you know this. We had this conversation and we'll have this conversation again today. You are reinventing yourself. You are choosing at every single turn which way you want to go. And they keep showing me like cranking a wheel. It's like the more you crank the wheel, the more you give life to the dreams and desires that you have, the more that you have the ability to create a new reality and rebirth your energy. That is what it feels like. So in whatever sense your intention is going forward, just know that you're on track, you're in alignment, you're so consciously aware of it. It's like giving birth, right? You kind of know you're in labor. There's really not much of a disguise there. Like you kind of know it, right? When you're rebirthing, when you're going through something like this, you kind of know it. You feel it. You're there. So Vicky, you're there. Nearly ready. Now, Gems on Gem. This one is for you. And the card that came out is intuition. Follow it. Following the solar transit through the experience and the fluctuation of influence. Trust your intuition here. Use your discernment. There's like this, and I did say this in the transit, and you've probably heard me say it, but I want you to dance with the energy, play with the energy of your intuition here, play with this energy and start to make things happen, but with patience. So there's this element of being aware, of being very patient with this dance of the energy and your intuition. So Gems on Gem, that's your little message today. So I hope that helps you. Nice to see you back, Joe, this week. Did you take action from last week? Lee, this one is for you. And the card is Healer. I'm sensing you have been on a journey, and it kind of feels like this, for want of a better word, a journey of hope. Things on this journey haven't quite seemed what they should have been. I've got my words mixed around, but I'm kind of reading the energy as I'm looking at it. It's like the worst is behind you. The hope that you had for, right, because you were a powerful healer, you can work through this. You have the ability, if you needed reassurance here, right? Staying positive in that hope through your journey of the not so great experience has now created flow for you. So in this essence, I'm kind of sensing, like you've been given a stop, right? And every single moment from there on out, hope is getting better. Hope is getting better. Hope is getting better. Hope is getting better. As I heal, it gets better. As I heal, it gets better. As I heal, it creates flow. That's your message today, Lee. And I hope that resonates with you. All right. Reshma, this one is for you. Sorry, I get itchy head when spirit's around. It's like they're just talking to me through them. Reshma, there is an action card for you to take this week. Be curious to know if you have gate 31 in your chart, or even if your throat chakra is defined and you don't have the 31. So what happens is when you have the so specifically for you, Reshma, when you have this gate 31, times have been a bit crazy, yeah. I'm just going to have a quick squeeze because I can't help myself. At Reshma's chart. So Reshma's inside my Aligned by Design tribe, and she has been so curious and having so much fun with playing with the energy and learning how to tap into her strategy and her authority, that this kind of feels like gate 31, even if it's not in your chart, Reshma, it feels like because, and it's not, but you have that defined throat, right? So you have that defined throat chakra. So this is where you are being asked to influence. So you'll feel this energy come through you this week, Reshma, but this is kind of that action card that I'm getting to. I'm getting to the message, I promise. It's like it's the perfect time to act through your throat chakra, right? Take that inspired action through the influence energy toward your dream. So maybe just even manifesting it, saying it out loud, telling something that you haven't told anyone before. You're kind of creating that empowered influence over yourself to have it spoken out loud. So there's just a little bit of action for you, Reshma, this week, taking some action when it comes to influencing, right? And stepping into that leadership role. Okay? Because as generators this week, we need to respond to the opportunities, right? Listening to your authority of your sacral response, right? Making sure that your emotional, for Reshma specifically, your emotional influence is carried through this energy as well when you're sharing that message or sharing that with somebody. All right. Lee says we'll have to sit with that. Times have been a bit crazy. Yeah. And it could be just today. The reason why you're called here today, Lee, is just to observe that day without time. Just sit with it. Just sit with everything. All right. Intention setting. Everyone who is here, who is joining me today. This card is coming out quite some. Nikki, this one is for you. Patience. Oops, sorry. Patience. And I'm not sure what your type is because I don't remember reading it today, but generators have been asked to be patient with their decisions, right? Patience with their decision making, because sometimes generators and manifesting generators can react rather than respond. So your message today, Nikki, is to be patient with yourself before taking action. Be patient with your decision before making action. Because what happens here is that you can get sucked. So they're showing me like you can get sucked into the adventure, or you can get sucked into the energy of it instead of going, hang on a second, just give me a minute. I need to like work this through and just be patient with myself while I'm trying to make the decision, right? When you do that, you create so much more flow. Noticing today as the day without time, as I said earlier, this influence of just being neutral about everything. So have the patience, be patient with yourself, set the boundary. That patience is coming when I listen to my intuition, when I stop and pause and not react, I respond. All right. Coming out everywhere today. All right. TD, this one is for you. Flow. And we said this morning. But there is this element of things are just working out for you. The belief process is now becoming so strong, so quick, that flow is just happening. Things are just, you're kind of just choosing actively. Yep, gonna do it. Yep, gonna do it. Yep, gonna do it. And so you're responding to life rather than reacting to life. And that's one shift that you have made in the last 4 weeks. Definitely. And I sort of kind of feel that this is just a little message reminder today to say, yep, all is well, you're in flow. So that's always a good thing. All right, Tamara Turner. This one is for you, in case there was another Tamara that and it says cycles. And I'm kind of getting for you, there's this ebb and flow, right? Ebb and flow. There is a secondary card that came out for you, and I think this will mean more for you around the cycles than anything else, and it's beloved. So those things that you love dearly, those things that you beloved, have cycles. Everything has its right timing. Everything has its cycle, physically, emotionally, spiritually, energetically, right? This is what happens when we tune into those cycles. We know, we can remember the relationships. We can be in love with that of what it is, what it was, and what it has been. So being okay with everything today and in the next few days or in the last few days is very important. So that there is this week. Jill, this one is for you. Growth. So Jill, I'm getting this sense that there is decisions that are being made for yourself right now, that you are making for yourself right now, that are expanding your energy. It is giving you a sense of what this could look like for you, in the sense of this is freedom, right? And it's delighting you. It's really making you like super, I kind of get this like super squealy energy, right? So Jill, I want you to start tapping into that expansion, because your guides are saying today that it is time to seek the guide, the mentor, and take those steps towards that freedom. So find that your growth can only go so far with your own expansion, and this kind of goes for everybody, including myself. You can only get so far on your expanded journey, right? It's then, similar to Deb earlier, it's time to ask for help. It's time to seek that mentor who can help you support that energy, that growth, that will offer the freedom and delight you all at the same time. So Jill, powerful message for you today. Take action for that journey through the Lion's Gate and that gate of 31 influence this week, to start making decisions about who and what and how you want to receive that guidance. Where does that come from? What's that coming from? What's that leap that you're ready to jump into? Right? They're kind of asking me, are you all coming? Are you all coming to jump and leap? Are you all ready? Are you all full of faith and hope that it's just going to work? Do you believe it to the core, right? Like I said, I believed to the core at the very, very first time I ever left my job. I believed I was six-figure coach. And at the time, that was like the major marketing message. So it's kind of what I was feeling. But I knew in my heart and soul that I could make 6 figures, right? And it is coming to reality now, 3 years on, because I have pushed through the growth and the expansion, followed the delight, followed the freedom, right? See the message here, Jill? Just start to do that, because it's not going to do it unless you take action, right? Nothing changes unless you change. And the only way to change is to say yes to something. Take action. Good morning, Noni. If you would like a card, please put in a diamond for me, just as an exchange, so I know that you are willing to have your red energy read. So thank you. All right. Ooh, here we go. Gemma. Oh, I like this card. Magic. So, this gate of influence, whether you have this or not, this is very important for you this week because it's going to set you on a journey of magic. Something is going to be recognized within you that will be brought out of you. Okay? Now, I know because we work together that you have a completely opened throat chakra. You have no gates, no energy. I'm not sure where the diamond is. Sorry, Noni. So this really is important to be recognized or invited when it comes to this energy. And the moment you recognize that for yourself, that's when the magic is going to hit you. That's when the delight, the I don't even know how to explain. I can feel the energy of it, but I can't quite explain it. It's going to be like, oh my God, yes, that's right. And it's from there, it's going to send you on a trajectory of miracles and abundance, and it kind of feels something to do with work. As I tune in deeper and deeper, because I can sense you're also like, I don't know, I can't sort of see that for myself. There is magic in this week. Trust it. Follow the delight. Follow the importance of your strategy and your type, Gemma, because you're a projector. Follow that invitation and that recognition, and then follow that with your splenic intuitiveness, right? That knowing that, yep, this is it. This is the thing that I've been asking and waiting for. Probably in your emojis, if you search up diamond, it'll probably be there, Noni. No, not all of them. So I notice when we get down the list of names, it gets harder and harder to pull cards because there's this energy of, is it going to be me? Is it going to be me? Let that go. I have no control. Spirit, just tell me whose card it's for. Really don't have any control. Paula, this one is for you. Paula is over in Ireland and she is watching the replay, but I have spoken to her this morning. And this little reiteration message of you are the healer. Yes, you know this already. And you have those powerful healing gifts and it's time for action. They just keep saying it's time for action, Paula. It's time for action. And whilst you're doing it, keep going and keep doing it, right? Stay true to the belief that it's going to happen. Yes, and even more importantly, as Gemma said, the belief has to be real, right? You have to believe it, and I tell my clients this all the time. You have to believe it first before you can see it happen. So you don't see the sunrise, but you believe it comes up every morning. So when it comes up, you see it, right? But you believe every single morning that sun will rise. Every single goddamn morning that sun is coming up. You believe that to your core. And when you see it, you go, oh, sun came up, right? You have to believe before you see. I believed 3 years ago that I was going to be a 6-figure coach, and now it's happening, right? You have to believe it first. So my question this week to you all who are watching, what's your belief plan? And we are currently working through this in Ignite, is what is your belief plan when it comes to where you're headed, where you're doing in your business, right? Whether it becomes a full-time thing or whether it's just a side hustle, it doesn't matter, but it's what you believe, right? So I even believed I was going to be a 6-figure coach before I even left my job. Yeah. So, Shelley, this one is for you. And I have Joe and Samantha left. Is that correct? And Noni, if she can find her diamond. Shelley, this one is for you, and it's flow. Right? Follow the flow of now. Follow the flow of what is happening now. Now, I know you said that you're a projector, so you need to, as your strategy, is to wait for the invitation or wait for the recognition. Your authority, without looking at your chart, I don't know it, but you can please tell me what it is here if you do know it. But your authority and your strategy are the first two things that you should follow in your human design. So generator, it's sacral response, right? If you have the emotional aspect, it's the emotional response. If it's spleen, it's the splenic. And if it's the environment, it's the environment that you're in. These all things are factoring in to your flow. So when you're looking at your flow, Shelley, look at your strategy and your authority. How are you responding to life? And is it in alignment? Is it in flow? That is your question to yourself this week. Are you being influenced under gate 31? Are you being influenced from an outside force? So, right. God. Here we go. That was quick. Samantha, this one is for you. Have I lost all comments or am I just going crazy? Samantha, this card is for you and it says adventure. And I love that there is the northern lights in this picture and the sun is rising. And we've just been talking about the sun. We're currently going through a solar transit of gate 31. So where are you being asked to take an adventure, to do things differently? One thing that I have noticed with women in business is that they're following other people's strategy and not quantum leaping into their own adventure, following their intuition in their business and allowing that to set the scene. This is how I have operated for the last 12 months and I am on track for a 6-figure business. I wish I had known this earlier. If I follow my adventure, my guiding light of alignment, this is fun, this is exciting, I have time for this, I have energy for this. Look at all of those aspects. Notice that you are here to do things differently, not like everybody else. Take that adventure and run with it, is what you're being asked to do this week, Samantha. Take that adventure, pick it up, put it under your arm and start running. It's like, do it. Just take that leap of adventure. Yeah? And last but not least, pleasure, Joe, intuition. Follow your intuition. The most simplest of simple things. Where are you being called? Where is your energy being influenced this week? Where are you being guided this week? Where are you being spoken to, whispered in a direction that the whisper is becoming a scream? Excuse me. And because it's the throat chakra, I'm sure it's linked to you, because as soon as I started reading your energy, I've got a cough. So where are you not trusting your intuition? As I said earlier, right, these influences of the solar transits can flow through you in a way that, oh, my intuition is so goddamn on point today. Or it's, no, I don't have it on point at all. I am just crap today, right? Everything is off. So where is your intuition showing you through influence where things are off, where things are working and where things are off? That is your message today. Take a look at that and start listening to the whispers before they come loud screams. We got there in the end. All right, Noni, I will pull you a card today. I haven't heard from you, so I'm not sure if you found that diamond or not. I'm sure it will come. Your card is action. Right? So where are you not taking action? Are you noticing that this is the right time for action and you're doubting it? Are you so passionate that your action needs like action right now? Tune into what that feels like for you. But the message here today is to take inspired action. Take that action, whether it's, you're right, like move forward with action as, they're saying passion, but it's not the right word. It's like with that influence of this is my dream and I'm making this happen. So it's that passion of energy, just like, you know, a mission statement of like, I am here. My purpose here is to help women make sure that they get out of their shitty jobs and into their own business, right? That's kind of that energy of passion, but it's taking action in the right timing and knowing when that right timing is, right? So discerning what that looks like and then taking action from that place. I hope that helps. And if there are no other people watching or would like a card, we are done. Thank you so much. And don't worry about that cough, Joe. It's gone. It's what happens when you tune into people's energy. You get a sense of what's going on. And I would sense that you're having a throat chakra blockage right now. I don't know if it's defined or not, but either way, it wouldn't probably hurt to have a chakra clearing anyway. So, all right. Thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to seeing you all next week. Same time, same bat channel. So much love to you. Bye for now. Bye.